Hey, what's going on YouTube? And RS here with a very special broadcast. For those of you who play Minecraft, you know, or you may not know, that I actually operate a server. This is a server that we've actually had closed for the past month because when 1.0 came out, Bucket was broke, and we were trying to get the mods working, and we now have a stable server with 90% of the mods functional. And we've actually gone ahead and created several spawns, and it's looking pretty good. So that being said, this is the spawn right here. This sun, this is actually it. So we're going to head towards the sun, and oh no, the real spawn is actually down there. Look at that. We have several islands set up, one for each biome in a super secret project that we are currently working on. But you see over here is the forest. We have a little portal set up, and the nether. We have the mountainous area, Water World 2.0, we have the desert, and then finally, we have snow and mushroom. So, what happens when a new player... Oh, and one more thing, super cool area down here. Whee! Check that out, man. How, like, seriously, does this not look just completely badass? So we fly around down here. We actually had, somebody use World Edit to create this giant valley, and as well as the islands up here. So players, when they spawn on the server, they show up right over in this spot. Thunk. Now, before anybody asks, I'm using the John Smith texture pack. If you want to know where to get it, google.com is your friend. You also need the MC patcher. And yeah, so you pretty much, when you spawn in, you pick which biome you want to build at. And there are portals located inside. So what we're going to do is, for this video, I'm going to use the village that I've been working on as an example. So we come down here, and we'll just zip across super fast because we are in creative mode and super amazing like that. So we have portals that are inactive. That's the one over here that you see is frozen. The portals that are functional, we have No Kills Construction Pit, an RS Castle, and Ross Castle. So we're going to head in here, and unlike the last server where you had to type in /warp blah blah blah, this one you can just simply go, ta-da, and you are here. And again, on this server, I would say it's not the... Well, yeah, it's the official texture pack for this server. You don't have to use it, but if you don't use the John Smith texture pack, at least my town looks like it was designed by somebody who doesn't or has never played Minecraft in their life. So let's just head on down. We see that this is the portal right there to spawn, as the sign indicates. There is also a board right here. Now, one cool thing about this, the inn, which is located right in front of me, when you walk into it, it regenerates your HP and your hunger. So, as an inn should do, it actually functions. I'm very happy about that. And then also downtown, or down in the public transit area, there's a map. And this is something that I think is really cool, because with this teleport mod, we can actually have houses connecting, and we see public transit rail line station number 1 for connecting local buildings only. Here is the map of my town. You see how it has different signs located where the different buildings are. This is actually an accurate map. So if you were floating over the town, this is how you would see it. And I have everything actually labeled here. I'll just stop for a second so you guys can read it there. I have them all labeled as different shops because we're going to be getting mods that let us actually have these shops functional. So in my town, we're going to have enchantment and alchemy, fruit and melon shop, camping gear, bookstore, you know, wheat sales, mushroom store. Pretty much everything here on this list you will find a functional shop for. Not yet, though. Not yet. We're still in what I call open beta, which is where most stuff works, but not quite everything. We're still kind of working out the details. But this is the public transit area, so you see it's actually empty right now. We haven't opened it for public use yet. But basically what you'll do is you'll have a house, oh, it's in the residential area, and you want to have quick access to it, bam, you'll go there. Oh, you want to go to your friend's house? Oh, okay, bam, go here, etc. So we'll head back up now, and this is one of the reasons why I suggest the texture pack. These are paintings on the wall, and with the texture pack, they look really cool. It's kind of like subway advertisements and, you know, those things you always see plastered around public transportation areas. But to a person without the texture pack, this actually looks like there's just a bunch of random paintings on the wall. Also, the blocks up here are glowstone, but in this texture pack, they are hanging lamps. Very, very cool. And as far as, yeah, okay, I'll cut everything there. As far as the town goes, I'll actually give you a quick tour. This is the ice games, where what we can do is we will put, let's go with saplings. All right, put one, and what you do is whenever you throw something, you see how it just kind of sits there. But when you throw it on ice, it slides. So it's just a very simple little game. You come over here, and let's actually put 64 saplings. There we go. And what you do is you have to find the right angle. And whoever can slide there is the farthest wins. That's right, it's just a totally nerdy little game, but you know, it's a little town. You know, we have a spleef arena out that way in the residential area, which I'll show you in a little bit. But anyways, let's go to the inn right over here. Health and hunger regenerate inside. And in here, it's a pretty cozy little inn. We'll just go upstairs. This is where you can do all of your crafting. And the purpose of this inn is for players who are new to the server. If they want to have a easy or like an easy starting point, this actually, if you saw it, is rated as an easy place to start. They can hang out here and go mine some rocks, get some wood, etc., and get started, and use this as a base of operations on a temporary basis. Now, beside it, there's also Rondo's Charity Center. Leave your unwanted stuff here for new players. So you have chests down here for kind of a give and take area. And we'll fly back out. Storage Solutions. This is the shop where you'll be able to buy chests. And heading around here, we have Devin's Discount Juicy Melons. There'll also be other fruits sold there. This is the Elway's Magic and Enchantments. Not quite ready yet, but you see you've kind of got the general idea. Public blacksmithing area. We have Positively Divine Bedding, where you'll be able to purchase beds at cost. Next up, we have Sweet Netherings by Willard, not responsible for bird merchandise. So, and actually this whole place took me about, oh, here's a really cool design on top of it. This place took me about 3 or 4 days to build. I did like 90% of it. I did have some help from other members of the server who kind of went around and built these lampposts for me, helped me apply the mossy stone to the floor and the walls. But I tried to add as much detail as possible, so I'll show you in a little bit when we head towards the front of the castle just how much time went into it. So we have Lydia's House Decor. That's where you'll be able to purchase different dyed wool. We have Wheatley's Produce. That kind of LOL'd at that. I just kind of got into creative mood and went around, not creative, but goofy mood, went around and named all these things. Balboa Stone Goods. I was thinking rocks, Rocky Balboa. Haul. So you'll be able to buy those there. And then Dirty Emma's Fresh Plantery. We have Vodka and a Good Book, which is my favorite. Bulk Wood by Josiah the Axe. You'll be able to purchase all sorts of woodery goods there. Mylara's Magical Mushrooms. You see we have all 2 of them. And then coming down the middle, we have the Camping Goods Store. The Sale on Tents, as you can see, he's got one right there. This is the pig farm, which unfortunately all the pigs got out, but I will need to do something about that here in a little bit. This is the chicken area, which I will say I haven't actually spawned any chickens in yet. The Longest Road, rail lines and carts. We'll be able to purchase the different types. And then we also have Poor Richard's Bulk Sand Emporium. Then we have the public notices. And this is, again, I really love this texture pack because it looks like there's just a whole bunch of random notices popped up here. But to somebody with just the vanilla Minecraft, this looks like, oh, hey, it's a painting wall. And over here, Eileen's Mildly Cramped Art Gallery. You see there's a bunch of stuff up here. Now, when I made this, it was before I got the texture pack, so all these looked like paintings. But one of the things I like about this pack is that it actually has some pretty cool stuff. Like, you have grates over here that you can put onto walls. You have flags. You have a knife set that you can use. I think you have crossing swords as well, although I don't see them in here. But a whole bunch of cool stuff. And heading out towards the front... And we'll just head over here, turn left. And we have the archway area. This is actually the entrance of the castle is just around this wall. And time of day. Bam. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, the mossy stone, we went around and we tried to make it as random as possible and make it look, you know, have that extra added touch of awesome. But this is the front, and the actual outside of the castle is right here. Or not castle, I should just call it the town. What I'm going to do is actually, this is going to be part of a much larger project. So this is the town from an aerial viewpoint. You can see the residential area leading off into that area. We'll fly over that in just a minute. But I'm going to have docks over here beneath this part. And that's where this door is actually blocked off for. It's going to lead down to it in a little bit. But over here we also have the gallows. And beside that, we have what will eventually be a path that leads up to the actual keep. I'm going to raise the mountain over there, which you can't see right now. It's still loading. But I'm going to eventually have that kind of overlooking the town. And so as far as the residential area is concerned, this whole area right here, this is protected with essentials, I believe it is. Or World Guard, rather. So nobody can actually destroy blocks there. But the residential area, on the other hand, you see here's the public notice board, where you can put, like, quests where you'll give different rewards and stuff like that. There's also a fire spleef arena is open, and other general public notifications. Over here we have a cool little area to hang out, and finally coming down to the residential section. This is pretty much just, this has all been built within the last 12 hours of the server being open, which has just been today. We have different signs for the streets, and taking a look around at the players' houses. Oh, whoever's house this is, bam, I'm inside of it. This is what it looks like. Very cool. And whose is this? This is Blue Shamu. Hello, Blue Shamu. Blue Shamu is actually somebody who's gonna be... Oh, sorry. There we go. He's somebody who's going to be helping us with some StarCraft projects later on. We have Longavita, his house here. And then there's several other houses as well as we head down this general direction. So, to give you an idea of the scale... And this neighborhood continues to grow. I've actually had to double the amount of roads on it about a few hours ago. There we go. Now this is the entire residential area. So there's plenty of room to grow, and also I can always change some of this ice over to snowy grass, and bam! That's much easier to see. So yeah, plenty of room to grow, and this is just one example of the type of community that we do. Like I said, again, we're a survival server, but I call it themed survival because we have the OPs get on and we create stuff like this for players to kind of gather in and have different themes that they can build around. This one, of course, being kind of a medieval fantasy-ish castle slash commons area, residential. All that cool stuff. But now we will head back. Well, first, here's the Spleef Arena. I think they're still working on it, but it looks like it's just about complete. We'll head back. Let's see, time, day. And let's go back to spawn. I think there's a couple other things that have been created. One is, for those of you who played in the last world, Roscoe Chisel, he is one of our OPs. He created a castle that was wildly popular. People just loved building there. So we're going to head over in this direction. Take the portal back. Bam! Alright, here we go. This is also a snowy area. Feel free to head down the road and start building a house. So his castle's actually changed a good bit. We're going to give this just a moment or two to load. But the last iteration of this castle, like I said, was really, really popular. People loved building in that huge neighborhood, and I'm sure we'll have more of the same. So, wow, this really does go far up. I don't think it's decorated yet. Like I said, we've been kind of busy running around, making sure everything is just functional and has the basics ready to go. But let's head back down. I don't know if anybody's built here yet. I think somebody has. Down, 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 down. Whee! Okay, now we go out to the area. Ah, yes, we have a couple different structures that have actually been placed here. So yeah, people are already starting to kind of move in. Now, when I say the server is in open beta, what I mean is most of the server is functional. The only thing that isn't really working right now that's a pain is you can't teleport to other people. There's a mod interfering with it. But there's also warps, like when you do /warp, like we did in the old server, that doesn't work either. But like I said, we do have the teleport mod enabled, so you're able to at least get around to the different locations, and then the owners of the towns can, you know, create those sort of local transit hubs that people can whisk around quickly. But yeah, this is just another snow area. Let's actually head back now. Okay, the portal is down here. I'm going to show you one or two more spawns. There's one called Hilltop that one of our OPs has been working on a lot. Take that. And we will head over to Hilltop. I'll show you on the way, actually, this pyramid is really cool. I think there's 2 desert locations that are functional real quick, and actually we'll hop into one of those. This is the interior. We have the coffin, the sarcophagus, hanging out right here in the middle. So we have Combat Con. He's one of our newer players to the server, and Nautic's Desert Spawn, which goes to actually an identical pyramid here, just a giant open area. So Combat Con's village, he took an NPC village and he started to add on to it. So you've got this hotel structure right here. You see the Sandrock Hotel, bam! Rooms upstairs, crafting chambers downstairs. As you can see, there's plenty to work with. And fireplaces on every level, I do believe. But yeah, now you have the inn here. And again, this is just for players to use that want to come to this location and need a place to stay while they are building up their houses, so forth and so on. Now, a couple things that he's added. First off, a bridge to get over the river. He's also added a few of these kind of starter houses over here that you were able to pretty much just come in. You can see available to own. It's, like I said, really good starter houses. If you need a good place for your chests, you know, places to store a bed. Over here, looks like there's one house that's under construction, another one, this is actually one that I built, just kind of hang out over here in this area. I'm trying to have houses in the different spawns just to make sure I can interact with all the cool people hanging around there. So let's head back to the warp now that I've gotten myself distracted. And we're going to be going to the Hilltop portal this time for real. So we'll go there. And Water World, again, that's just a giant pool of water, several K each way. And wow, this has actually changed since I was last in here. But, okay, village. Whoa! Somebody's riding the train. Who is riding? No, nobody's riding. Interesting. I wonder if it just goes. Ah! It does! Ah! Run! Run! Oh my. Village. Easy. Ah. It's not working. There we go. Yes. Ta-da! So it looks like somebody took the startings of an NPC village and made it into a warp. So those of you that enjoy building around those, you can have that to work with. And let's see, where is the portal out of here? I don't know where it's at. I really don't know where it's at. Up. And up. Is it around here? Yes, there we go. Shall need to do something that indicates where the portal's at. But over here we have Jurassic, which for those of you who remember the old server, Jurassic is actually one of my favorite locations. Beware of high amounts of mobs, armor, and companions are suggested. Those who commit toes. Well, you'll need to be fixing whoever typed that. Hanged! Yeah, so what we have here is functional place to hang people. We'll actually write it down. Whee! Thunk. So this is Jurassic 2.0. Again, it is very, very close to the bottom of the world in some places, like down here. And yeah, this is what I was talking about beta. We actually need to iron out this right here. It shouldn't just be one block, but we'll be fixing that soon. And yeah, so it's a very, very dangerous place to build, very dangerous place to hang out, and generally do anything. But at the same time, you never know what you're going to find down here. You know, with great risk comes great reward. So we'll head up from the pit. Boom. Alright. The portal should be right here. Yes, indeedy. So village, Jurassic, hilltop. Yes, this is what I was looking for. Ta-da! And we'll let this load rather, because there's a lot of stuff around. What this area is basically just a whole bunch of mountains that have been connected with bridges. There's plenty of trees as well. And of course, this is apparently safe, although... Ah! Ah, cool. So this is how you get to the Nether? Yeah, the Nether, from this location. And as far as how you get back up, I don't have a clue, other than flying up, like a true champ does. So we're just about there. Reach a little bit more. Come on, come on. Whee! Here we go. Now finally, some of this is loaded. Alright, so yeah, you can see there are bridges connecting the various hilltops, including one over here. So you can see that extends on for quite some distance. Definitely a lot of effort went into these, as well as one over here. Of course, there was the one down there. And this one, yeah, looks like it's connected to the mainland via that small bridge. And yes, so this is good for people that like to build up in high places. You can have a good location to start. This is actually a really nice spawn. I like this a lot. And this is, I guess, sort of leadership castle, or whoever owns these lands resides there. So that's pretty much it for this video, I think. Let me go double check. I know there's a couple other people working on spawns right now, but nothing that is so complete that I feel like would be worth a visit to yet. We have the Nether, which, I mean, again, it's the Nether. And I'm pretty sure, actually, when you spawn in the Nether here, you're very close to a Nether fort, which those things are huge, by the way. It's like a couple people just riding around there. And we have a forest spawn over here, which we will check out super fast. It's Forest Biome Island. I don't even know if this portal works or not. No. Oh, yes! Yes! Yes, it does. To the inn. Huh. We'll go this way. An inn that I feel like we've been tricked. Like it's like it's like in Blazing Saddles with that toll booth that they had in the middle of the desert. I feel like that's what just happened right here. Let's go for a better angle / better view. So here's the port. So it looks like a lot of the stuff might actually just be built into the hillside. Yes, actually, it has been. But it's still work in progress. There's one right here. Yes. To give you an idea, like, you guys have already seen a lot of what we've made here. The server, we've actually only been working on these spawns for, I think this is the starting of day 4. So, considering the fact that, you know, we've got all this done in just under a week, don't think it's too bad. It's good enough to have people come on, and like I said, we are in open beta now, so this brings me to my next point. We are allowing people on the server. We do have a whitelist, and again, I'm going to emphasize that this is a survival server. Survival themed. So, that's where we kind of have a little fun with it and kind of set ourselves apart from some other just kind of standard Minecraft servers where you're like, okay, you're spawning in, here's a wooden axe, and go for it. So, I found that this actually helps kind of foster communities. We've built up a really good group of people here. Now, as far as how you can join, if you want to play in the server, you have to apply at our website. You'll find a link in the video description below. It's anaris.forummotion.com, very simple. Click that, there is an application section, and then there's a forum post that has a sticky that says, hey, read me first if you want to apply. That contains the application. Basically, you have to fill it out. It's very simple. And yes, the last question in there is mandatory. We ask that because we basically just want to make sure that you are either mildly intelligent or you can use Google. Either way, I mean, an 8-year-old could figure that out if, you know, he just knows how to use Google. So that's how you apply. Very simple. We actually, we do have a very low tolerance for bullshit and other sort of drama. We actually don't think we've really had any so far, because we generally stop it before it happens. So yeah, it's a very, very awesome group of people. I hope you will consider coming and playing with us. We generally get the applications knocked out pretty quickly. However, if you apply within the first 24 hours of this post and we're bombarded with applications, we'll probably stagger them over a couple days just to make sure that, you know, we don't have a huge swath of people coming on that bogs down the server and then, you know, nothing. So that brings me to another thing. We actually have a new provider from the one a couple months back, or was with Servercraft. We're now with Mossy Cobble. And so if you played on the server when we had the old worlds and maybe you thought it was kind of laggy, you noticed the constant crashing, you may want to give it another shot, because this server is basically a beast. We've been world editing like 300, 400,000 blocks at a time with no problems, TNTing areas like this big with no real issues, no lag at all. So it's definitely a beast of a server. The only thing right now is that we are still in open beta, so you will find a couple bugs related to the dev build of Bucket that we're using. And also the fact that some of the mods that we're using aren't being updated until Bucket 1.0 is released, so, you know, we're kind of running with a ghetto setup. But overall, it's actually running quite good. Now that I've given the disclaimer about it being beta, it actually is running fairly well so far. So if you want to join, that's pretty much all the information you need to know. Be sure to apply at the video, or the link in the video description. And other than that, that's pretty much all I've got. Again, oh, one more thing, we do have region protection. We're not doing it during the open beta, but basically you don't really have to worry about being griefed, because we have a mod that allows us to protect an area. Given, you know, basically we could just select it, protect it, and only you can build in it, or you and whoever else you approve. So we have that, and that knocks most of the griefing down. And yeah, other than that, it's probably one of the best groups of people that I've ever had the chance to play with. So if you want to be part of it, consider applying. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a little bit about the texture pack here, John Smith texture pack. Again, Google is your friend. I'll even tell you, John Smith texture pack Minecraft. Google that. Okay? Cool. All right. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.